Oh, what's this? The Seal series is targeted towards mature audiences? Due to the heavy subject discussed within Spirit Detective Chronicles, you must be 18 plus to play as VN. Struggle with themes of murder, death, suicide, self-harm, bullying, harassment, abuse, and foul language? Do not read this episodic entry. This is indeed an episodic entry. Is this? Well, an episodic series where you follow the energetic private investigator Milena and her calm companion Keisuke. If you try to investigate mysterious sightings of vengeful spirits and help them move on. This episode can be enjoyed independently due to their conclusive storylines. Yeah, love it. This was graded for NaNoRenO 2026. Not the finished game. It contains day 1 out of 3. Estimated to be released in September 2026. Good visual and story? Yeah, of course we're going to continue. Why not? This is Spirit Detective Chronicles 1. Popping us back up here. By, of course, good friend Erika B. Hall. If you will, come on, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, there we go. Hey chap, why are you doing this? But yes. Game dev, writer, author, UI designer, programmer, overall awesome person. You may know from my channel for the Under the False Skies series, but also has recently been expanding the Seal stories, which started with, of course, Yami no Kuni, a spiritual investigation game of its own right, which I don't know if this will be expanded more, but it would be cool if it was. But I still love that we're doing more stories from this world, so to speak. We played Reboot from O2A2 last year's O2A2, which is again of a similar vein. Same world. And that lovely, lovely background. That was real cool. I don't think I've not actually played Prelude. Huh. I need to change that sometime. Carries my memories, but never mine. My handsome best friend is a yandere? Question mark? But perhaps. Back to our chronicle of the day. Spirit Detective Chronicles. Episode 1, Day 1. Not intended to be a horror vid, but mystery and romance. Nice. For 12 years, the spirit investigator Milena returns to her hometown of Meitani, a place she once swore to never to return to, hoping she would have finally escaped the shadow of her twin brother, but a lucrative case forces her back. No one else to turn to, she seeks out her childhood friend Keisuke, whom she hasn't seen or spoken to in over a decade. Looking for refuge, she instead finds something deeply unsettling, the spirit of a young girl who has attached itself to him. He claims he doesn't know the girl, but is that really the truth? Ooh. Okay, you have my attention now. I mean, you had my attention to begin with, but you have my attention more now. And
why? Why was I even born? If I'm just a burden to everyone. I'm so lonely.
Illustrator presents Spirit Detective Chronicles 1. Finally. With the train's doors closed, the oppressive heat enveloped me. For 3 agonizingly long hours trapped in the almost too cold air of the air-conditioned train, sweltering humidity characteristic of Japanese summers weighed heavily on my bare arms like a blanket. Yawning, I threw my arms up in the air and stretched my stiff back. I felt the piercing gaze of an elderly woman on me. Her hands resting on a cane, she sat back on the bench by the tracks, not far from me. These young foreigners, they have no manners behaving like this in public. I bet that's what she's thinking right now. But I couldn't continue to dwell on that woman as the refreshing breeze of the departing train swept past my back, threatening to sweep me away. In panic, I clutched the handle of my hard-shell suitcase just as it started to roll away. A heavy sigh escaped my lips. I really shouldn't have taken this job and come here. What a bad omen this is. Cursed my past self and the curiosity that made me say yes to even the most foolish of jobs. I had left my hometown for good reason. Now I was standing right back here with all my stuff, ready to...
Oh, yeah.
All the excitement, I totally forgot to introduce myself. My name is Milena Summer. The Japanese seem to like to pronounce it Reina Soma. 30 years young and lived in Japan from birth until I was 18, but due to family matters, I was driven out of my small hometown, Meitani, and, well, out of Japan altogether. Almost exactly 12 years now, I've been living and working in Germany as a freelance private investigator. For vengeful souls. Near the shadows of the canopy tracks, I made my way out of the small, simple train station and toward the nearby parking area. It was as if I had stepped out of a time machine that had taken me back to a decade, because nothing had changed at all from how I remembered it. Meitani was still the same small, quiet town I had left behind. It was still early in the afternoon. The streets were virtually deserted. Such a central location at this train station, you would think that you'd see the odd cyclist or pedestrian, maybe even a car. There's no one there. Even a single parked car on the side of the road. A few groups of school children could be seen making their way home. I looked at my cell phone display. The only thing that answered me was a flashing red battery icon on a black background. Oh, forgot to charge your phone. Ugh, what am I supposed to do now? He said his shift would be over 20 minutes after I arrived so he could pick me up. He suddenly has to work longer. He tries to reach me, but I can't answer. Found his number. I could at least call him from a payphone. I'm so worried to death. Wait, would he? I stopped my train of thought. Almost laughing, I shook my head. No, the kid I knew since kindergarten wouldn't lose his composure so easily. After all, he had been the cool head to my fiery temper. It has been 12 years since I last saw him. What if he has changed? He's no longer the same calm Keisuke, one who I've been through so much with. That it was human nature to develop and change with age and experience. We were no longer inexperienced high schoolers dreaming of the future, of being adults. Didn't know that the world was so much bigger than this small town and the mountains surrounding it. We were 30-year-olds living our own lives, getting up in the morning, going to work, dragging ourselves back to bed at night, day in and day out. Maybe even as a wife and kid now. Weren't friends anymore, at least not like how we used to be. I accepted this when I fled our homeland and broke off contact with everyone who meant anything to me. I should be grateful that he even picked up my call after all these years. If I were in his position, I would have yelled at myself. What was I thinking? Getting in touch after all these years. Because I needed something. Oh, how are you? How have you been? Just, hey, long time no see. Can you pick me up for the train station tomorrow? Really such a jerk? Well, drowning in self-pity isn't going to fix it. What did my father always say? Hatte, hatte. Baradgette. I should be glad he didn't straight up give my number to my brother. The thought of what might happen if my older twin brother knew I was back sent an unpleasant shiver down my spine. Enough, that's enough. Wait, I should at least use the time to look around rather than waste my energy worrying unnecessarily. Ooh. Oh, map screen, that's cool. Objects you can interact with light up when you hover over them. Round by clicking on the map at the top left corner by using the arrow keys. Oh, that's neat. Oh, hello. It just moved me. A sign you could find at any train station pointing toward the platforms to their various destinations. If I just leave? The description of the spirit they hired me to cleanse sounded fun. I swear this curiosity will kill me one day. Secret ending, try and leave enough times. Sign full of hope. A sign full of hope. Oh, you're getting red! Did you do the thing? Or is that just a sign that we read the text? Yeah. Aw. Alright. Weird. What you noticed was posted on the wall outside the station. It's almost as if the person who put it up desperately wanted passerby to see it. Let's see. Memorial service for a young life lost too soon. Join us on July 15th to mourn the loss of Kobayashi Satomi, a bright student from Meitani Middle School. She had her whole life ahead of her. We'll gather at 7 p.m. for a moment of silence so her spirit knows she isn't alone. Sad. 15th is tomorrow. Maybe I should stop by. No sign you can find at every train station. Pointed in the direction of the town center and listed the main attractions the visitors would come for. City Hall, police headquarters, the temple, and the tourist info office. Those sound like great selling points. Which takes me out here. Tall bridge casted a long shadow over. Graceful embrace offered a brief respite in the relentless summer heat. Remember the bridge being this tall? Used to be modeled it after I fled down a decade ago. They even added a footbridge on top. Where'd the town get the money for that? Oh my god, the car. Why is it parked like that? There's a small memorial site under the bridge. It contained just 2 bouquets, yet I knew. Someone died here recently. Must be for the girl they want to hold the memorial service for. Ping? Gaze wandered to the bouquets. Huh? Those were filled exclusively with tulips of all different kinds of colors. Usual for a normal roadside memorial. Most of the time you'd see lilies or chrysanthemums. Maybe they were her favorite. Bouquets weren't the only offering. There was also a notebook in violet binding. Each of its pages were buckled, showing it had been heavily used. No, Milena, don't let your curiosity get the better of you. Equal nerd, right? Do it. Hell yeah, I'm dead. Oh!
Oh man, I'm exhausted.
What about you, Satomi? Satomi?
Uh-huh.
Oh. I stopped. Small pebbles of the schoolyard's gravel dug slightly into the soles of my feet. My attention was focused on my ever-so-energetic classmate, Chisaki. Someone I called my friend. Yes, a friend. My friend?
Are you okay?
Dark, doll-like eyes blinked. Face blurred into an indistinguishable mass of colors before me. It was as if a sheet of frosted glass had been placed between us. What was the expression she gave me again?
Yes?
Those words left my mouth as if an outside force was controlling me. My voice sounded unusually high-pitched, even to me.
You're tired, aren't you? School really went on forever today. Satomi, you really don't have to walk me to the station. I can make it on my own. You should go home and get some rest.
No. Didn't you listen to our homeroom teacher? Lately, more and more female students have been approached by strange men.
Oh.
We should just walk together. Something could happen to you.
My classmate tried to hide her soft giggle behind her hand. Every pubescent boy in our class would probably melt at the sight of her. She's a real beauty and incredibly kind, too. So much that she's been even willing to put up with someone like me. She's received dozens of confessions, and yet she's turned down every single one. Would she already have a crush on someone? Was I thinking? We set off on our usual route toward the center of the town. Even as we walked down the cobbled slope side by side, didn't share any words, only the sound of footsteps. Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed a few cars driving past us. A late afternoon sun bathed the sky in a warm orange. The second we walked side by side, my eyelids grew heavier.
Tell me, when are you finally going to tell Yuta that you like him?
In this darkness, your face looks really eerie.
What?
Okay, we're back. A word snapped me back to earth, almost causing me to trip over my own feet. It was my pounding heart that threw me back into reality.
Oh, jeez, you're blushing.
What are you talking about?
You, dummy! Your cheeks instantly turned red when I said his name.
Got her. I felt the heat of the relentless sun accumulating in my cheeks. an unpleasant tightness spreading across my chest.
Utah! Oh, Utah!
And as if in a play, she spread her arms and turned around several times in a graceful dance.
Stop it! People are looking.
The station square was deserted, but I could have sworn the annoyed glances of bystanders were drilling into my back. When she had finished her pirouettes, she came to a halt in front of me, her legs unsteady. Small laugh escaped. Quiet laugh escaped between gasps. But her expression was still inscrutable to me. Is she smiling?
You should really tell him.
Tell him what?
Well, that you like him.
Is that another one of your jokes?
What?
That's impossible.
What do you mean?
He and I live on completely different planets. He's popular, and even the teachers think highly of him. I don't want to be the dark cloud hanging over his life just because he has to deal with me.
Oh, sweetie.
Besides, he's much better off with you.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
Me?
Yes, you're both equally popular, and you've been best friends since kindergarten. You're practically the perfect match.
Girl, she brought this. If they are best friends, girl, she brought this up. She is shipping you.
Satomi.
Don't do me like that.
You should go, Chisaki. Otherwise, your chain will leave without you.
You're right. Oh, shoot.
Ooey. Glancing at the screen of her phone, the color drained from her
Text
face.
me when you get home, okay?
Okay.
Stumbling over her own legs, she hurried up the stairs to the tracks. But somehow she managed to wave one last time in my direction in an exaggerated gesture. I cautiously raised my hand in response.
See you tomorrow, Satomi.
See you tomorrow.
The one who remained was me. Left behind this heavy feeling in my chest. Hi. Damn, hi. When I got out of my car, I finally felt the fatigue, so did my sore legs. Oh, and despite my lit sunglasses, the deep-set sun burned into my retinas, threatening to shrivel my eyeballs to raisins. Thinking sitting in a car for 8 hours every day could have such an effect. Even though I exercise to compensate. Should I quit? Oh, I earned too much for that. Oh, how annoying. One, finding a new job. Two, finding a new job that gives you half as much benefit as you get from your current job. That's a miserable slog. I pressed my thin lips together, surprised when they curved around, the unlit cigarette between them. Made an intention, as if I had already forgotten it was there.
Huh?
Look at me!
Oh, right.
Slight but unpleasant itching sensation rose in my fingertips. Quickly and with clumsy movements, I began rummaging in my breast pocket. I finally held the object of my desire up firmly between my fingers. Lighter. I flicked the steel lid, which greeted me with a hot flame. Carefully, I leaned closer until the tip of the cigarette was completely enveloped. Bitter smoke nestled itself comfortably in my throat, my windpipe, threatening to cut off the air that was so important for my existence until... I exhaled it again. Until nothing remained. Yet, this tiny, barely noticeable ache in my chest that had been hounding me all day. No. Last night, when an unknown number had called me, she had called. 12 long years ago, she had completely disappeared overnight, without saying anything. Saying anything to me.
She hadn't even left me a letter.
Practically grew up with Rena, due to the fact our mothers were best friends. The daughter of a long-established German merchant family. Kindergarten to high school, we were virtually inseparable, and after our mothers died within a year of each other. Well, until we graduated from high school when she turned 18. Then she was gone. Just gone. I answered her call last night while half asleep. When I heard her voice, I was wide awake, as if it had been waiting that moment all these 12 long years.
Hey, Kay. It's me, Milena. It's been a long time. Can you pick me up from the station tomorrow at 4:30 p.m.?
Wow, she really did just go in like that. No wonder he's, I would be having that crisis of self-depreciation too if I just opened the conversation with that and nothing else. Damn. I had to answer before my mind was able to intervene. I should have confronted her. I should have asked her what she was thinking, contacting me out of the blue after 12 years just to make demands. She had left me in this hell, and yet I still loved her. Oh, a day had gone by when I hadn't thought of her and longed for her. When I simply wanted her by my side. It's probably nothing more than an old acquaintance by now. My heart hadn't changed toward her after all these years. But she's already seen someone. Okay, get a grip. You just arrived. Nothing more. Oh, sorry.
Nothing more.
Such a damn idiot. Where is she? Shouldn't have been too difficult to find a woman with distinctly European features, especially since the streets were pretty much deserted. There's no sign of her anywhere. Walked up the stairs to the platform. Not far from the exit were a clique of 3 teenage girls, their eyes glued to their smartphones. One woman sitting on a bench, and behind the platform a middle school girl. Her gaze was so intensely fixed on the ground that I couldn't make out her expression. No Rena.
Don't you think that woman was strange?
Right? I mean, how can you sleep on the sidewalk in broad daylight?
She must have been totally wasted.
Shit. Knew exactly what the 2 schoolgirls were talking about. It had to be her. There was only one reason why she'd be unconscious.
Hey, where did you see that woman?
To my own surprise, my voice was much stronger, more intense than I had intended. I expected this poor girl to be frightened by the strange man who had snapped at her out of nowhere. Her face contorted into disgust. For seconds that felt like minutes, she smacked her gum while she looked at me up and down like with a raised eyebrow.
What's up with you?
Let go of her, dude!
Uh-oh.
Well, spout it out.
Over at that memorial thing for that girl who threw herself in front of a train the other day.
I knew it.
What's his problem?
What a creep.
Of on their own accord, my legs carried me back down the stairs and out to the sidewalk, or the pedestrian bridge that crossed the tracks not far from the station. Lungs performed at a capacity I had never known, my feet moving faster and faster with each step. He was swept away. Still, came to a standstill at the sight of golden hair, light of the setting sun, warm orange hue, as if we were seconds away from being engulfed in flames. He stepped toward the crown of hair, but my limbs suddenly began to tremble. Want to keep me from getting closer to her? I think our worlds intertwine again? After all, she had always been something unreachable for me. Deity once mingled with humankind before disappearing from the midst of distant memory. With every step I took toward her, the heartbeat in my chest became faster, more erratic. It fought its way up my throat in powerful beats until I could hear it painfully in my ears. No complete silence enveloped me, like a balloon that had popped. The heaviness that seemed to weigh down my heart was gone. All this just because of the sight of her. Familiar freckles, scattered across her round cheeks and nose. Bangs that fell over her face and tickled her long eyelashes, her thick golden hair. 12 years ago it came down to her hips, but today it only reached her chin, curling slightly at the ends, as if she had fallen into a deep sleep, sat up next to the memorial of the middle school girl who had taken her own life at this very spot a few days ago. Eyes closed, kept tilting forward as if she couldn't keep its balance. Once my mouth cramped into a wide grin. No matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't get my lips back to their original position. Nothing has changed in all these years. I knelt in front of her and carefully slid my hand under her cheek to keep her head in place. Staying upright, it fell into my palm. Soft, warm skin nestled against mine. Yeah. Morning, sleepyhead. A heavy sigh seemed to have snapped her out of her spell. Her body suddenly shuddered, her eyelids fluttered open, and her warmth slipped away from me.
Good morning. Which desperate soul did we dream of this time?
This is so embarrassing.
Good to see you again.
It's not like it's the first time.
It's like old times, possibly. My face buried deep in my palms, I didn't dare look toward the driver's seat. I just do a transference at broad daylight and in public, too. I haven't done that in years. This damn city, yeah, that's it. Warm breath moistened my palms and began to fog up my large round glasses until they obscured the darkness in front of me.
What's wrong?
Suddenly, I rested my head back in my seat and stared through the windshield at the road, passing it by at a leisurely pace.
What's with that expression? Why are you pouting?
Why are you pouting? How did you say that out loud?
I'm pouting because we haven't spoken in years. And the first thing you see is me lying unconscious in the street?
Well, we'd still be speaking if you didn't leave me without saying a word.
I knew he didn't mean any harm and that his voice was only loud to match the volume of my whining. Yet the comment felt like a deep knife stab, lay twisting until it had destroyed my heart beyond recognition, leaving only a mass of tissue. Suddenly reality crashed over us like a wave. Tension gave way. The tension gradually made itself known in the small, rickety five-seater, pulling in the footwell, filling the car until it reached our jaws. Every breath became shorter, thinner.
Hey, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have...
It's okay.
I know you did it to save yourself from your...
Keisuke, it's okay.
Michael, my older twin brother, had always been a sensitive subject. Since our parents died 17 years ago, he has constantly monitored me. Couldn't even leave the house without him. Oh. The moments I was able to breathe were at school. We were in different classes. After I graduated from high school, he would have locked me away at our family estate, up in the mountains, far away from the town, if I hadn't run away overnight. All this just because I didn't want to turn away the souls who so desperately needed our help. And all this just because I didn't want to turn away from the souls who so desperately needed our help. Because I didn't want to turn my back on our family's legacy.
You won't tell him, will you?
Who? Mika? What shouldn't I tell him?
Well, that I'm back in town?
No, why should I? Besides, he'll probably find out anyway.
Thought that he would come and find me, the muscles of my neck tensed, cramping until they threatened to snap above my shoulder blades. After I fled to Germany, this unpleasant feeling kept coming back to haunt me at the most unexpected moments, on days when my previous life was nothing but a blurred memory. Yet his gaze had always been on me. Oh. Like a curse.
He's changed. I don't think he's as possessive of you as he was 12 years ago. At least, I don't think so.
See.
What are you talking about?
Didn't you hear? He and Hana got married and took over her grandmother's bookstore.
Oh. Boy, settled down.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
wait. What? Huh? They did what? My smug, stuck-up twin brother and our sweet Hana? The shy vice president of the student council, our best friend, that Hana? Did what?
By loud tone, the car veered slightly into the opposite lane. If we hadn't been the only ones on the road, you would have been able to see the original silver, the black paint passenger door now.
Don't scream.
Oh, sorry.
Where was I? Oh, yes. Mika and Hana got married. She's even 7 months pregnant. You really didn't know?
No?
No.
You just don't. How would I have known? You just don't when you got contact like that. I'd broken off all contact, both with Kay and with Hana, my two best and only friends. We were teenagers naively dreaming about the future. She often talked about how much she wanted to get married with us by her side. I told her I'd be there. I promised her.
Anyway, where should I drop you off?
At the hostel. Sorry, I should have said that at the beginning.
Car came to a sudden stop that the tires squealed loudly. Seatbelt pressed deep into my chest and cut off my air for a brief moment. Rose. But I managed to brace myself against the dashboard and push back against the seat.
Why did you stop?
Did you book something?
No. Why should I have? I can book at the reception desk. It's not like it's fully booked every day.
Uh-oh. His eyes closed and his eyebrows furrowed. He pinched the bridge of his nose. A heavy sigh escaped his lips, like an inflatable mattress letting out its last bit of air.
I know you're a very spontaneous kind of person, but you should do some research before you go anywhere.
Why? The city never changes anyway.
There's the point where we find out where the city actually changed.
The hostel went bankrupt 6 years ago and was demolished just a few months later.
Whoopsies!
That's a bummer.
That's a bummer? A bummer? Is that really all you have to say?
I'm starting to wish I'd gotten back on that train and left. I started rummaging around in my shoulder bag for my phone until I was finally able to grasp it between my fingers and the battery's dead. I do now. With the adrenaline began to build in my hands. Grip on the piece of aluminum tightened as I tapped on the screen with no response. Why won't it work? Battery dead.
Oh, right.
It's out of battery.
Are there really no other hotels in this godforsaken city?
No. The hostel was the only one.
Oh no. What a load of crap.
Adrenaline fled my hands, my grip loosened until my cell phone slipped out completely, anticlimactically tumbling onto my lap and down onto the floor.
You know, you can sleep at my place.
Are you sure?
Sure. I'm not gonna let you sleep on the street. I couldn't live with myself if I did.
And your girlfriend won't mind?
Oh. Yeah.
Girlfriend? What kind of nonsense are you spouting? What girlfriend?
They're just both making assumptions. Wild assumptions.
Well, I thought that you...
Stop.
Well, I didn't really think. I just kind of made assumptions.
You seriously think I've been in a relationship during these past 12 years?
Yes. Why not?
Well, because... forget it.
Is it really such an odd assumption? Would have been only natural. Despite the dark circles under his eyes and the smell of nicotine clinging to him, he was an attractive man. Keisuke was tall, and the shape of his muscles was clearly discernible even beneath the suit he wore. Sleeves stretched tightly about his broad, defined arms, and the rest of his shirt was so slim-fitting that you would think it might rip down the middle at any moment. Reveal a flawless bit of her body that you would want to throw yourself at. You could clearly see the veins on the back of his hand as they crept up his bare wrist. I've seen all sorts of people gush about this type of thing on the internet. You would certainly... Girl, please! He would certainly be good in bed, too. Back in high school, he was handsome and consequently a heartbreaker. Every girl in our year had her eye on him and would probably have killed for the chance to be his girlfriend. Teenagers loved the cold and mysterious type. But he had always been very aloof in that regard.
Then I'll gladly accept your offer.
Assuming I didn't make things entirely too
Really?
awkward there.
I mean, okay. Then, I'll drive us to my place.
Say...
A few minutes had passed since we had continued our journey, but this time in the opposite direction. We had been silent the whole time, which had allowed me to think. But taking my eyes off the passenger side window, I watched the landscape, which hadn't changed a bit in over a decade. It's me by. Mine was elsewhere, but the whirlwind of thoughts deep inside me carrying me away.
Hello? Is Reina in the car with us? Come on. Ask me your questions.
All right.
My question is... Oh. Do you know that girl?
Do you really think I know every single person in Meitani?
Not necessarily.
Yes, I knew her. She lived in my apartment building with her mother.
Oh,
I really do have a seventh sense. I should be a private investigator. Oh, right, I already am.
Anyway, her name was Satomi Kobayashi. They were living there before I moved in. She didn't have a father. At least, I'd never seen one.
I see.
I also drove Satomi's mother a few times while I was working.
Professional chauffeur? How did she die?
You know that, don't you? She jumped off the bridge 5 nights ago and was hit by a train.
But if you wanted to kill yourself, wouldn't you just jump from the station platform? Did she leave a note?
How should I know? And you can only guess what's going on inside someone's head when they think death is the only way out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Besides, not everyone leaves a note before taking their own life. Some suicides are impulsive reactions, triggered by a situation that seems hopeless to the affected person. She wasn't an overworked office slave from a big city. She was a teenage girl in middle school. And you know how that is. After all, you were one yourself once.
Speaking as a former teenage girl in middle school, yes.
Hey!
Although... Oh, you mean your little nap on the street.
You don't have to be so blunt. But yes, it makes me wonder. Something's bothering me. It's like there's a puzzle piece I can't quite fit into place yet.
And that would be?
Oh, hello. Oh. Got lots to think about here. Odd question.
And that would be?
It's like...
And that would...
Why was she at the
You
train
mean
station?
on the day she committed suicide?
Exactly. Why the train station of all places? For my transference, I know that she doesn't rely on the train. So what prompted her to go to the train station on that particular night? I just don't understand. There are much easier and less risky ways to kill yourself than jumping off a bridge and hoping to be hit by a train on time. Sleeping pill overdose, slitting your wrists in the bathtub, jumping off a high-rise building, even
Reina, stop. I get it.
Oh, sorry. I got carried away.
I noticed.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
you're right.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it, it is pretty strange. Especially since her home is on the other side of town. Maybe she wanted to spare her mother the sight of finding her like that.
Yes, that may be.
I pulled up in front of my apartment complex and climbed out of the car. But of my palms, which had previously gathered on the leather of my steering wheel, now tickled noticeably on my skin. I really drove us to my apartment. Crazy or just stupid? What's she gonna think when she sees my rundown place? Wait, did I even take out the trash last night? My body cramped up. Breath, the air in my lungs grew thinner.
Oh, needle.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
Are you insulting me?
Nothing. Let's just head inside. It's so hot out here.
Cute. That is cute. Not fair. What'd she say? Dared to protest like a toddler. Instead, I just watched her walk toward the middle staircase that led to the apartments on the second floor.
Do you live upstairs or downstairs?
Oh, I love that. Blurred in the back. Blurred to fit in with the background.
Upstairs, in the apartment at the far end.
A sigh escaped my lips as I opened the trunk, my gaze wandering down to her bright yellow suitcase.
She can't even take care of her own luggage?
I grabbed the plastic handle and
Huh?
wouldn't budge. Though someone had drilled it into the carpeted floor during the drive, it refused to move an inch. How is this possible? What did it move so easily just a moment ago? My arms throbbing and my veins burning, I managed to hoist it out, though it felt like the vein of my temple was about to burst.
You do have an aircon, right?
Huh?
Raina, what the fuck did you put in here? Amidst the throbbing in my ears, I could hear the voice of my childhood friend calling out, but it took me a few seconds to make out the words echoing in my head.
Who does she think I am?
Gasping for air and questioning all my life decisions, I reached the entrance to my small but cozy apartment. Providing the handle of her suitcase, trying to return my palpitating heart to normal rhythm as best I could.
Akio, it's quite comfy here.
What?
Well, I didn't think you'd live in a one-bedroom apartment. Are you sure I should be here? Isn't it too cramped for the both of us? Or should I sleep on the couch? Well,
What do you mean?
it wouldn't bother me if you think that...
Milena, what are you talking about?
Milena, I just lugged your suitcase up a flight of stairs. I'm not lugging it back down. You are staying. I had finally managed to get my heart back to its regular pace and looked up at Milena, who continued babbling away. I realized what she was talking about. Standing just a few centimeters away from me in the kitchen, which consisted of a simple, narrow kitchenette and a square meter table with two simple, rickety wooden chairs. With just a simple, single bed. Oops. I considered that. In all my pathetic excitement at finally seeing her again, I'd completely forgotten that. I didn't exactly live in an apartment that could accommodate two people. The bed was a simple single bed, and the couch not far from it was too small to sleep comfortably on.
I'm sorry,
My mind was racing, desperately trying to find an excuse for why I invited her over to such inadequate accommodations. I just want you to be with me. If I let you out of my sight, you'll vanish and I might never see you again. No, I can't tell her that. She'll think I'm just some lustful guy who's after her.
Okay, it's okay. I'll take the sofa. I've slept in smaller places before.
Her eyes wandered over to the pile of clothes on the couch, and my face flushed. Fussing about what to wear today, I had dumped half my closet there and forgotten to put any of it away. Laughing quietly to herself, she moved the pile to make room for herself and plopped down at the empty spot. Really should have cleaned up. You're such an idiot. Should be someone who kept things neat and organized, but life finds a way to sit on your face. Her call had thrown me off track so much I stood in front of the mirror for a whole hour that morning, rotating through countless ties and identical-looking white shirts. I ended up sticking with the same white shirt and black necktie, and I ultimately forgot to put the pile back in the built-in closet, leaving it on the couch. As the rays of the setting sun fell upon them, her honey-colored eyes gleamed with amusement and unspoken mischief. Nostalgic sight made my heart ache. Delicate wrinkles formed under her eyes as her rose-colored lips curled into a broad smile.
And it's really comfy here.
Oh.
It smells good. Like you.
What?
She even realize what she's saying? With that look on her face. Warmth in the pit of my stomach gathered into a tangle of emotions that defied any description. My hand started to itch, almost as if I hadn't smoked a cigarette for more than a day.
I should go.
Huh? Where to?
To the store. I don't have enough stuff here to make dinner. Right.
Right. Dark. You are adorable. My body spun hastily toward the door, except I'd forgotten that I was already standing right in front of it, only barely avoiding a collision between my forehead and the cold, solid metal.
What
a
about
dork.
me?
Make yourself at home. Yes, that's right. See you in a minute.
My legs decided to take on a life of their own, and before I knew it, they had carried me far away from my own apartment. Oh my god, how embarrassing is that? No, how embarrassing am I? Bridge? Giving in to my despair, I buried my face in my calloused palms and pushed a deep, helpless groan out of my lungs. I slumped down into a crouch, hoping the merciless sun would just burn me to ashes right then and there. Further confirmed that the gods were out to get me, through the gaps between my fingers, I was able to see a small child pointing at me, as their mother grabbed them by the arm and dragged them away. Minutes I remained in that position, curled up in a ball of misery before the pain in my tired bones forced me to get back up on my feet. I was shopping anyways. Pulled a pack of cigarettes out of my pocket and discovered to my dismay that there was only one cigarette left. So I'll add that to my shopping list. For a few moments I watched the faint glowing tip of the cigarette. The smoke gently swirled upwards until it became one with the atmosphere around it. Back in high school, I was the one who had to talk Milena out of smoking, reminding her how harmful it was to her body. And now here I was, 12 years later, capable of quitting myself. My thumb traced the label on the cigarette pack as though I wanted to draw out long-buried memories. It was the same brand she had smoked at that time. The drag I took reminded me of her. I still remember her smell so well. The aroma of the shampoo she used, the perfume she wore to cover up the stink of nicotine from her brother, teachers. The rough, earthy scent of the cigarettes that had enveloped her, almost tenderly. Now that I think about it,
She must have quit smoking.
I had become too accustomed to the scent. Couldn't notice it on her during the car ride. And the perfume and shampoo she used had also changed. Back then, the almost sweet scent of honey and strawberries would linger in your nose long after. But the fragrance was fresher, lighter, like the mountain grass on a gentle morning in the spring. Like, on one hand, I imagine if you smoke a lot, you would over-apply that to compensate for the smoke being lingering on you and clinging to your clothes and hair and everything about you. So you over-apply that, so it would naturally be heavier. Not to detract that just these two are so down. So in the worst way, best way, rekindling all these long buried, down bad feelings. She had changed. Cold breeze that suddenly and unexpectedly blew past me pulled me back to the present. It had swept away the dense, warm air. I was now engulfed in it. It was icy cold, and hairs on my face stand up.
Why is it so cold all of a sudden?
Anyway, I really should stop standing around here like a fool and get to the store already. My newfound determination, I continued on my way down the street. Fortunately, the store wasn't far from my apartment. Best of all, it was open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Lost in thought about the endless possibilities of what I could cook for dinner tonight, I didn't notice how my footsteps were slowly joined in by those of another person. I was muffled, like something that could only belong to the soles of student sneakers. It was oddly familiar. Huh? Someone had turned down a thermostat. My temperature kept dropping. First it was only tenths of a degree, but then it began to fall rapidly, causing me to see my own breath. Oh fuck. Oh no. The hairs on the back of my neck pricked up. However, it wasn't because of a sudden change in temperature. It was out of fear. Pure fear. It settled in my bones and seeped into my veins, sending tremors through my limbs. Frozen in place, I tried to look back over my shoulder without turning my head, so as not to signal that I had noticed my interloper. Saw nothing. Nothing and no one on that paved road behind me. Absolutely nothing. Down, however, I knew I wasn't alone. The answer was screaming inside me, leaving behind a numbing ache. It was a spirit with me. Shit. Is that rule again? Okay, remember, I told you back then. You hear it, stay quiet. Feel it, hide. You can do both. Run as far as your legs will carry you. That was it. Right? It's been so long ago that I can't remember the order properly. Ooh. 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 Let's just review. Settings, text. Just a quit. Don't do that. Don't do that. What should I do? Okay. Hear it, stay quiet. Feel it, hide. You do both. Hear it, stay quiet. Feel it, hide. If you can do both, run as far as your legs will carry you. Don't move. Should I run? No. Last thing I should do now is move. I will only provoke whatever it is. But all, they're nothing more than wild beings, monsters. Close my eyes, hoping that would calm my pounding heart. Like that would allow me to become invisible. Calm down. The light footsteps grew louder. Closer, like a threatening rumble. Echoed in my head, drowning out the inner peace I was so desperately trying to achieve, till they came to a halt just a few centimeters behind me. Don't move. Allowed to breathe. Before I could finish my thought, a slender pair of arms slid between my elbows and hips, wrapping tightly around my upper body like a belt. Concerning? Too cold, too stiff to really be called arms. More like icicles. I knew whose body they belonged to. No, had belonged. What?
Sato?
Her name wanted to force its way through my frozen lips, only to be swallowed up by the quivering, distorted voice of the dead girl.
Why?
Oh, the voice from the beginning.
Why did you betray me?
Oh? Oh, okay, be aware. Alright, Batid. Oh boy. Making the hard sofa cushions under me pulled me out of my dream. Back to case now pitch black. Pitch dark one-bedroom apartment. I fall asleep? Is Kay back? I didn't hear the door. I did sit up, but... Oh, is this a bad ending? Couldn't move my body? As if paralyzed, it was pressed deep into the... What the... The feeling pressed down on my chest, growing heavier and heavier, like someone was pushing me down. It squashed my chest, slowly pushing the oxygen out of me like a balloon. I tried to inhale, but I was unable to take a full breath into my compressed lungs. The feeling above me formed into a mass and began to move. It leaned forward and shifted its weight onto my shoulders. Ooh? It rummaged through the collection of Kay's shirts and ties that it had been serving as a makeshift pillow. It was as if it was looking for something.
Kay, is that you?
Gasping for air, I tried to call out to him, hoping he just hadn't noticed me on the sofa in the darkness. For a split second, the mass above me flinched, yet it gave no response. It didn't need to, however. The strong smell of tobacco that had clung to him since our reunion at the bridge was answer enough. It was Kay who was sitting on top of me and pressing me into the sofa. What? Hello?
Kay! Get off me!
Only when he seemed to have found what he'd been looking for, did he react. He shifted his weight back and pressed down on my chest again. Hello? And cold and silky slithered down my right cheek like a snake, touching my chin and stopping on the other side. Or it wrapped around my face like a gentle embrace.
What the hell is this? Kay, hey, answer me! This isn't...
I was unable to finish my sentence. The silky fabric suddenly tightened. Uh-oh! Around my neck. I tried to gasp for air, but my breath got stuck in my throat, forming a painful lump.
Stop! No!
I have a feeling that was a bad idea, letting spirit catch up to me. Every word forced out of me became a hoarse whisper, barely discernible as I could only make out fragments amid the throbbing in my ears. I can't give up. I have to try and... In an act of pure desperation, I began flailing my arms, trying to loosen them from under his weight. I have to. Every movement, each muscle in my body began to itch as if thousands of ants were crawling under my skin, but I couldn't. Forceful tug, I was able to free my left arm. Fueled by a rush of adrenaline mixed with a desire for air, I lashed out into the darkness. Everything in me wanted to push him away and bring him back to his senses. In the middle of the motion, I lost all determination. As my weak fist struck his hard chest in nothing more than a light tap. It was ice cold, more like a block of ice than a human being. He was... tie around my neck tightened, cutting into my skin like a razor blade. My eyes began to burn, edges of my vision fraying into white static. My head grew heavy like it was about to explode. I need air. It hurts so much. I'm going to die. Everything was suddenly gone. There's no pain, need for air, no burning throat, nothing except this sense of clarity. It wasn't Kay lying on top of me, no. It was the girl I couldn't save and the boy I had left behind.
Kay! This is my fault! Don't be sad! I'm sorry!
What?
The girl's distorted words had ceased. The apartment was silent, save for the soft hum of the AC unit. Hello? With my eyes, expecting me to see the setting summer sun. Instead, I was met with complete darkness. Oh. What? Where? Sorting through my confused thoughts, I tried to figure out exactly where I was and what had happened. Sitting on my couch, I can tell by the familiar fabric. I'm in my apartment, but it's dark outside. Was it still afternoon just a moment ago? My heavy bones whimpering in protest, I sat up. Every single spring of my couch left its mark on my back, vertebrae by vertebrae.
I seriously need a new couch.
My eyes fixated on the kitchen and entrance area of my apartment. The gentle rays of the moon, full moon, shone through the kitchen window, allowing me to see at least a little. Was all of that his return? Was it all just a dream? Yes, of course. Must have been it. I had to work more shifts lately. I just didn't get enough sleep. I don't know. Is it so cold? You turned the AC up too high? With considerable effort, I shuffled my legs off the uncomfortable sofa and stood up. I should turn it off. Where's the remote again? Oh yeah, by the bed. Only when I was standing securely on my feet did I notice that I was still wearing my leather shoes. Sleep with my shoes on? Was I that tired? A frustrated grumble slipped from my lips as I slowly rubbed the bridges of my nose. It wasn't the first time I had worked myself up into a state of complete exhaustion and, as a consequence, fallen asleep fully clothed. Lost to my self-punishing thoughts, I walked over to the laminate flooring toward my bed, but forced my body to come to a halt. The smell of fresh grass tickled my nostrils, and a familiar feeling washed over my chest. Oh shit! As if it were a precious memory that I couldn't quite place. Whatever hit me bounced off like a punching bag, swinging back and forth. What the? Oh, that's cold. Oh, that's cold. Took a step back, praying that the dim lighting, lighted by the moon, would allow me to see the object that had stopped me in my tracks. And then I saw her. Golden hair, faintly shimmering in the pale rays of light, framed her.
No. This can't be.
Bloodshot, wide-open eyes. Beautiful, honey-colored eyes. Her fixed on me, unblinking. Her delicate body was right in front of me. Warm, gentle fingers I had hoped one day would reach out to me, hung motionless. Little legs swung back and forth like a pendulum, in the seconds of a life that had already stopped. Her toes hovered just a few inches above the dark laminate. She was in front of me.
Rita. Milena!
Her gaze was on me, and yet she was gone. She wasn't.
No. No.
Her Her lifeless body hung from the ceiling in front of me. It was my tie that was clinging to her neck. It had cut into her skin like a noose, soaked in her now dried blood. Is it a dream? She was with me. I finally had her by my side. And now she is dead. She's dead. Dead, 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 dead.
Why? Why? Why now? Why here? It's cold. It's so cold. It's cold.
She's here, and so is
The spirit.
Oh,
Ah! Ah! Ah!
this is my fault. I killed her. Yeah, accurate. Oh boy. You're cooking here. You are cooking here. So yeah, let's try not to die. Okay, we run.
Fuck.
The best thing I could do would be to stay anywhere near a spirit for even a second. And my legs started moving on their own, as though I had dragged my sorry ass to the gym each day just for this very moment. And that's what I did. Didn't care about the pain in my calves. Their nerves could tear apart as long as they took me just 1 meter further away from this creature. Could have sworn that with every passing second, the temperature around me was rising again. Was it just the energy my body was burning? The Joestar secret technique. Get the fuck out of here. And it sucks. Hit the bricks. In the distance, my stinging eyes spotted a familiar green glow, luring me in like a will-o'-the-wisp. Just a little further then.
Finally, I'm back.
Relieved, I stepped back into my apartment. During the whole walk home, I couldn't shake the unpleasant feeling that I was being watched, even though the temperature around me had returned to normal. As soon as I crossed the threshold, the suffocating feeling washed away.
Ew.
Home is really the best. I hope I thought of everything in all the rush. Looked down at the plastic bag in my hand. It was heavy with all kinds of ingredients. Everything I needed to make katsu curry. I hope Rena still likes it. Been a while since I last cooked it for her. A cigarette.
Cigarettes.
Oh no. Maybe this is a sign, Keisuke. Corners of my mouth twisted into sullen grimace as I realized I had indeed forgotten something. It was my pack of cigarettes, of all things. Maybe it's better this way. So if Rena quit smoking, I shouldn't really do it in front of her. Oh yeah. Pookie might be ashamed of me.
Right.
I paused. The silence of the room rushed in to meet me. She eepy? So when I looked up, Rena wasn't there. My apartment was empty. Oh no. Where'd she go? Put the bag down on the small dining table and scanned the room. It wasn't as though my apartment was large enough to get lost in. Her suitcase was still by the door, and I hadn't seen her outside either. Did she go to the bathroom? Confused, I walked past the table toward the bathroom door to my left.
Rena?
Wanted to call out to her once more, but my voice trailed off when I caught a glimpse of something shiny out of the corner of my eye.
Ah.
That's what I recognized her, between the pillows and my shirts. My childhood friend, lying peacefully on the couch, fast asleep. She had used some of the shirts and ties as a makeshift pillow to prop up her head. The corners of my mouth suddenly began to cramp from the wide smile stretching across my lips. I knelt beside her face, careful not to wake her, my eyes focused solely on her. Our chest rose and fell in gentle movements. Our long blonde eyelashes cast delicate shadows on her skin. Our full rosy lips were slightly parted. Boy! Boy! I'm bonking you. Even the sound of her breathing was cute. She took slow and gentle breaths accompanied by little quiet sighs in between. A pleasant, warm feeling washed over my chest like a soft breeze on a hot summer day. It gently cradled me in its arms. I was suddenly struck by the urge to brush my knuckles across her cheek, to feel the softness of her skin. Oi! What? Hey, pull yourself together, damn it! You're acting like a creep! But I would love to stay in this position forever if it means I can gaze at her beautiful face this closely for all eternity. You shouldn't sleep on the couch, otherwise her back will hurt. The dated springs in the padding must have dug deep into her spine. The mere thought that her peaceful sleep could be disturbed by something as trivial as my own shitty furniture. A sharp, protective ache pierced my heart. I should move her. Pumph. Heavy smell of curry and toasted oil prickled my nose. The scent made my mouth water. I felt drops of my saliva forcing their way past the corners of my lips as I drifted between sleep and wakefulness. I found myself enveloped in soft fabric that cradled my body as tenderly as a cloud. It was a complete contrast to the rough padding I remembered laying on before. It smelled familiar. It smelled like him. Carefully opened my eyes, ready to be blinded by the setting sun, but it was pleasantly dark.
Where am I?
I swore I fell asleep on the couch. The dim kitchen light cast a cozy, welcoming glow, provided just enough light for you to make out the dark, violent fabric. Violent fabric? Violet fabric of Kay's bed and small kitchenette, either side of the room, well, apartment. My eyelids were still heavy and I struggled to stay awake.
Did I wake you? You can sleep a little longer. The food won't be ready for a few minutes, anyway. I'll wake you when it's ready.
Kay's deep voice vibrated through the quiet room. Using all my strength, I forced my blurry vision to focus on him, the outline of his defined body. I was able to make out his figure in front of the stove, poking at a pan with a wooden spatula. Can't just lie here while he's doing all the work. Slowly, I brought my torso into an upright position, kicking the fluffy blanket away from me. Before I pushed my bare legs off the bed, I stretched out and basked in the gentle caress of the aircon. Every step across the cold laminate flooring was a struggle that tested my balance. But I managed to reach the wooden table without tripping or knocking anything over once. With a low, protesting creak, I pulled out one of the worn wooden chairs and collapsed into it. I'd forgotten just how precarious his furniture was.
Are you... Ow. Cooking?
Isn't that obvious? Are you okay? Please try not to break my furniture.
Maybe. Probably. Yes.
Are you really awake?
Yet brain work not.
Did you even have to think about it?
Carefully, I propped my elbows on the chair's backrest and leaned my heavy head on my hand. For a while, I watched his profile as he focused intently on the sizzling pan. I didn't miss the way his gaze kept flickering in my direction. Each time our eyes met, he quickly jerked his head back toward the stove, his ears turning a faint pink. He really hasn't changed at all. The shyness reminded me of the little boy that used to cling to me. I found myself relieved that he hadn't grown out of that over the years. Though he still hadn't grown out of that cold, mysterious edge that he developed in middle school either. In a way, seeing both sides of him at once put me at ease. I want this to last forever. That's not going to happen since... Milena, just let it be. I should enjoy the days I have left with him before I have to leave again. Yes, that's right. It's better this way.
Can I help with anything? Do you want me to set the table?
No, just stay where you are. I'll do it. I don't want you to break my fine china.
My fine china.
Hey, that only happened like once.
Once.
Your definition of once is very generous.
Give or take. I feigned about, but couldn't keep the grimace up for long. As his tender smile merged with the warm glow of the kitchen lights, forming a beautiful scene in front of me. My heart clenched, growing heavy in my chest. How much I miss this. An infectious smile that surpassed even my own So incredibly warm, brimming with loving sincerity. That's Kay. My Keisuke. The smile widened into a grin, causing the corners of his mouth to twitch. He desperately tried to suppress it, keeping his lips tightly shut, but it was useless. Small, stifled snort slipped past them. That was all my heart needed. First it was a giggle, growing until we were just caught in a storm of laughter that just gained momentum. It filled the apartment, almost threatening a noise complaint.
I made katsukuri. It's a little too hot for it, but you liked it so much back when I made it for you and Mika. That's why I thought, well, you know.
Yeah. Echo my laughter died down, placed by a sudden, sharp silence. He remembered? After all this time? Why? Oh, you two are such dorks. I love you. I've watched as he turned off the front burners and slid the pan onto one of the cool ones in the back before turning to me. Only then did I notice his outfit. Pink apron, tied so tightly around his torso that it barely covered his chest and hips. I need this fan art. That apron. I need this fan art. I had gifted it to him as a joke back when we were in middle school, since he had always cooked for us. I thought he had thrown it away ages ago. I need Keisuke and cute pink apron.
What?
Oh, nothing. It's just that you would make a really good housewife.
Give him the kiss the cook apron. Give him the kiss the cook apron.
Raina, you really haven't changed, have you?
Where's the picture of Hiroshi Tanahashi in nothing but a apron cooking, just muscles bulging? It's here somewhere. Oh gosh dang it, come on.
I've only kept my best qualities.
Of course. And by the picture of Tanahashi and apron, I mean this. Give me Keisuke in this. Aries, give me Keisuke in this outfit, and my soul is yours. I slid the apron off his head with a huff, holding it with meticulous care, and fetched 2 plates from the cupboard. Scooping the steaming rice from the rice cooker onto plates, placed the sliced katsu on top. Poured the dark, glossy curry sauce until it almost overflowed the plate, except with the plates in front of me, or sitting down himself.
Have you ever thought about working in a restaurant?
I did actually work in one when I was a student.
You went to uni?
I dropped out.
Oh.
I was studying law, but it was too dry. The whole legal system, well...
I mean, fair.
Anyway, I realized it wasn't for me.
It is a lot.
I got my current job through an acquaintance. The company even covered the cost for my license. Oh, and to get back to your question, I wouldn't earn nearly as much working in a restaurant as I do now. So, I'd rather not.
Gosh, I completely forgot that taxi drivers make such a good salary in Japan.
Oh, taxes. Oh, they do? Damn. Taxi.
In Germany, you can hardly afford to pay your rent with that kind of money. So, why do you live in an apartment that looks like this?
It's enough for me. I'd rather save my money for something more meaningful. Like family.
Staring poignantly into your beautiful yellow eyes.
And not everyone is born with a golden spoon, like you.
Oof.
Hey!
Let's eat before it gets cold.
Oh, right. Sorry. Guten appetit.
Guten appetit. Itadakimasu. I took the spoon and slowly dipped it into the sauce, and went sideways and slowly filled to the brim. As I put it in my mouth, I recognized the familiar taste, that mild spice that blended so harmoniously with the sweet flavor of grated apples. The warmth slowly spread across my mouth and coated my throat. Oh, how I missed this. Oh,
You don't have to cry.
I'm not.
For a while, we ate in silence across from each other. I caught my gaze drifting to my host from time to time. His eyes on his plate, he seemed to be lost in his thoughts, as if he wasn't even there.
What's wrong?
She followed me while I was out buying groceries.
Huh?
Satomi.
Strength left my fingertips, and the loaded spoon clattered into my food with a loud splat.
What are you talking about? You can't even see
what?
spirits without ingesting my blood, so why?
Without what? Excuse me?
You know very well that I can sense them because of what you did.
Ayo?
But why did she follow you?
How should I know? You're the spirit expert.
No spirit which detached itself to a normal person. Not that I didn't have a real connection. He said he didn't really know her, so why? Eyes were fixed on him, and I could have sworn that he was deliberately avoiding me. No matter how hard I tried to push away that thought, it fought its way to the surface. Just knew. Vehem liegt mir etwas. One moment. Verheimlicht, sorry. And it means he's hiding something from me. To be continued. Thank you for playing Demo, Spirit Detective Chronicles Episode 1. But so far, they're curious as to what's going to happen next. Happened to Satomi, and how was Keisuke involved? Let's speculate. I mean, we know from the bad end interaction. Although I suppose we don't really know too much about how things how... At least it's been a while since I've had my toes in this series, so questions of how spirits interact with humans is a bit up in the air, but yes, I will very much. This will open each page, I presume. Indeed, we open the page, yes, and we will read that. Because this is fantastic. This is touching. A wonderfully charming part of the genre. Just a seamless, wholesome, let's say. It's hitting a very interesting mystery vibe. Just, we've stumbled onto, I'm going to say, this might not even be the case that we were... Oh, I didn't mean to roll that back. I didn't... Might not even be the, spirit that she is here to investigate. This may just be a case that we've stumbled upon by accident. As in, saw her memorial. The transference, I presume, is just reading her memories. So did Keisuke end up, by the, bridge where this happened? And that's where he stumbled upon Satomi? Actually, I do have a save here.
What are you mumbling about?
During the transference, Satomi said that the school had been getting increasingly worried about strangers who had been approaching girls from their middle school. She said their teachers urged them to walk home in pairs because of this. Did you happen to know anything about that?
No, I haven't heard of anything like that. Do you think that could have something to do with her suicide?
I don't know. Maybe?
You don't sound very convinced.
I mean, it's just strange that the teachers were explicitly warning the students about it. Maybe there was a case of harassment, but for something like that to happen in a small town like ours?
It can happen anywhere. It happened to you too.
Oh?
In this small town.
Is that why your brother... Oh, so these are all valid dialogue options then. Don't do that.
Friend?
Explore all these.
I've never heard of a friend.
Tragic sentence out of
I
context.
saw a nice classmate during the transference. They seemed to get along pretty well. After all, Satomi walked her to the station.
The station? Her house is in the exact opposite direction from the middle school.
Oh.
Yep.
Then Satomi must have really liked that girl.
Why was that girl going to the station? Very valid questions.
No idea?
No, that's not what I mean. It's just, in the dream, he didn't appear for even a second. I'm just wondering why that was. Did her father die, perhaps?
No.
No.
From what I heard, he left the family for a much younger college student. Satomi was only 6 years old at the time.
Oof.
You really know a lot about her, considering you didn't even know her.
Satomi's mother told me about it once in passing.
I see.
You very clearly knew something was going on with that family.
Look, I said that not everyone has to leave a suicide note and their shoes behind to take their life.
That's not what I mean, Kay. I wonder why she did it. How was she in such a desperate situation that her only way out was death?
Teenagers have a lot on their minds. It's rare to find someone who has a truly carefree life. Many have to fight their way through the world without the support they need. Like us, for example. We lost our support system when we were just teens.
Well, in my case, my parents went out a little unconventionally.
Not that we're keeping score here.
Not in mine. And if I hadn't had you back then, I might have acted the same way she did.
Okay, Skye.
So I think we have enough to speculate now. I think my personal reckless speculation here is that Keisuke somehow knew. There's definitely something more going on if Satomi was driven to her death by a spirit or via actual murder crime. I suspect as a taxi driver, Keisuke might have maybe given her a lift to school once or twice, and at the very least sensed something was up and tried to help. Or at least lent an ear. So he was at least aware that shit was fucked in that family, and she was not well. But as for questioning whether it was a suicide, he seems in on it being... He seems, like, aware of it being a suicide. But it is very fun to see that we're still getting, unpacking a mystery of things that have been changing in Hometown. As very adorably wholesome as it is for, like, just the dream of meeting someone you haven't seen for years again that you once had a crush on. Or that once... I think it's more than a crush at that point. That they were their respective worlds. Well and truly in love, so to speak, and But yeah. It's as adorable as it is to see them just, like, pick things up right where they left off and just immediately reigniting that same spark that has been just simmering over the years, not forgotten. As much as they've convinced very, very adorable and probably very real that they assume that just over time it is perfectly natural that they just move on and start dating on their own. Normal circumstances, perhaps, yeah, that would just be how things played out. Later, Rina and Keisuke's situations very different in that regards. It's very clear they have... Their history runs much deeper, as in respective trauma in their pasts that led to them just becoming as close as they were, just to pick each other up after all that. And just, so... The fact that they would believe that they'd all just, have moved on over time, that's perfectly natural. The fact that, they haven't, in the case of, in the case of how unique their expected history seems to be. That's more believable, I think. When you've shared that much and bonded over that much, it's hard to just go your own ways. And of course, we are very much still getting the hint of processing all of the ways the town and the people have changed since Rina left. We still have that to chew on. The direct impetus of what the heck does Keisuke know about that family? Like, it is surely not some sort of devotion to Suspect X deal. Definitely doubt that he's not, like, dangerously involved, but he definitely knew more about what's happening to what happened to her, then he's either aware of or is willing to let on to. But, yes. I'm gushing again. I love these two. They're adorable. You have presented a very delightful, very clean, very intriguing introduction with a lovely character dynamic. A mystery that's just starting to brew. And very intriguing touches of horror, if that bad ending is anything to go by. That is, like, not to do the silly thing of comparing it to spooky games, comparing it to other games I've played that give me the same vibe, but that's like that ending of sorts gives me the Paranormal Site vibes, almost, with how they use spirits. It is very delightful how that's going to go. And if we get more little twinges of horror there, very excited amidst everything else. I love bad endings. Bad endings make my brain go burr. Supernatural detective mysteries make my brain go burr. And cute, wholesome romance vibes make my brain go burr. So, that's the triple decker. That's a triple decker, you win. I'll be keeping my eyes out for this in September. Oh yeah. This has been the NaNoRenO demo of Spirit Detective Chronicles 1. Till next time, until then, auf Wiedersehen.